introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started. Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And here's a look at some numbers for Williamson.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, "I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion." Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. A lot of great rebounders tonight, Brent. Which brings up a question these days: why do fewer players seem to be blocking out when rebounding?
Well, there's less and less opportunity to get the type of rebounds, Kevin, that we've seen typically through the years that are in the paint. How many times are these guys shooting field goal attempts from so far out that the ricochet off the rim is allowing these rebounds to get to what we call the moon,
right
around the free throw line and that dotted line from the free throw line. So guards and wings swooping in to pick up non-traditional boxed out rebounds.
Team rebounding.
Team rebounding is a huge aspect of any good team. Offensive rebounding has gone away.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for New Orleans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target from three-point range. So Favors will bring it up for the Pelicans. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe against Ball. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Here's Giannis. Pelicans pull it in. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Pelicans shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
That free throw missing. A whole new cast of characters for the Pelicans. 3 promising first-round picks, Greg, and the young players acquired from the Lakers and veterans like Favors and Redick.
All of a sudden, a wealth of options for Alvin Gentry. Time will tell how they did in the AD trade, but seems like they're off to a nice start.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, the Bucks are in a good spot with a young superstar entering his prime.
And they like the fact that this core has more potential in it. It wasn't just a one-hit wonder as they committed to Lopez. They committed to Chris Middleton. And now they think that they can take the next step with Giannis's growth.
Now here's Matthews. A 14-point game for him in the win against Phoenix.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known. Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment, goes straight to the rim.
Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
On the free throw, no good.
very efficient and a well-tuned offense for the Bucks. They drive, they kick, they get open threes. Second in the league last year, as that was Mike Budenholzer's biggest change in threes.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Matthews. Nice shot from the wing. And with the Bucks in their offense, Brent, it all starts with Giannis.
Starts with Giannis, and that might have got them into trouble last year. They could maybe use another creator in a way where a guy can manufacture his own points. Who knows? Maybe that's growth within. Maybe that's Chris Middleton as he tries to improve his game, or Eric Bledsoe in some way. But the team does need a little bit more dynamism on the offensive end.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Bledsoe outside. Wesley Matthews on the wing. The shot missing. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
Here's Bledsoe. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Back to Bledsoe. The kick out to Lopez. Giannis right side. No good. Shot missing.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Pass to Williamson. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
After nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
Bledsoe looking it over. Outside Matthews. Takes the 3. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 5. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, ball kicks to Holiday. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. He's been on fire lately. Let's take a look at your Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You know, just looking back at things, I'd be hard-pressed to find a more complete stretch of games by anyone in the league. He was getting it done and stuffing the stat sheet night in and night out on both ends of the floor. Truly a dominant run.
And it wasn't too long ago, Brent, we were wondering what Giannis could do if he bulked up. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we need to wonder about an MVP in the league. The curious thing, Kevin, was last year after winning that award, Giannis coming out and talking about he's only at 60% of his potential. Can you imagine what's coming down the line if he realizes the other 40? He's something else.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. Long season, Brent, halfway through. Some teams try to create camaraderie with team dinners and team trips, and I would think that would help.
Well, that helps with your personal savings. You're not spending.
Absolutely,
you're not spending your per diem.
No per diem spend.
Well, there's a tremendous article that was written last year about what it is that Greg Popovich created in San Antonio. Funny thing, when that article came out about the Spurs dinner culture, I had people that were calling me up going, you should read this. And I said, read it. I lived it. Are you kidding me? But absolutely, time like that, time where you have conversation, time in front of one another, where you learn about, hopefully you're learning about the vulnerabilities of your teammate, because in the end, that's what ends up making you stronger. So I think those kind of things help immensely.
And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. It's a 3-point game. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, I talked to the assistant coaching staff. What they were stoked about is that the bench guys came in and played well. So punch off the bench, a big factor in that win.
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Here is Bledsoe. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Lopez. A 3-ball. That shot no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Here's Ball. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Second, Drew Holiday.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, if he was a light switch, he'd always be on. Defensively, they treat each possession like the game depends on it. They're looking to cause a little bit of chaos in any way that they can.
Now here's Ingram, following the miss by Eric Bledsoe.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Here's Middleton. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got his 5th rebound in this one. Right wing. Now Ball. And in that game with Houston, he did not play well. Outside Holiday. Great D that time from Middleton. Bucks trail by 3. 3-pointer. Another shot. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Pelicans. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Hill, he's checked in for Matthews. 6 on the shot clock. Hayes with it. Giannis is there. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And Brett, kind of a musical chair situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise, this season moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Bledsoe against Redick. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And perimeter shooting never more valuable. And that's been J.J. Redick's M.O. all along. An elite marksman who can hit from anywhere.
And the first one drops. And in today's game, if you don't have 4 spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Korver in for Eric Bledsoe. And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Outside Korver launches it. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Well, I guess the D didn't read the scouting report that you can't let Korver get free from the perimeter.
Ball dishes to Favors. The shot, no good. Good D by Lopez. Here's Williams. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Giannis just gobbling up the rebound, just spreads his wing out there, and ball falls right into it.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Pelicans. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, impressed with the work ethic of Ball. You can see a desire to want to be great, and he's going to continue to work on improving those weaknesses.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball, traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Bucks. So he gets them both. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gap. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game. Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
It's back to Hill. Outside Williams. And it's Korver in the corner. Hill against Ball. Lets it go. Second shot opportunity. That's tipped. And he's able to get it back. And he gets it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. So for the Pelicans, Okafor is checked in for Favors. Etuan Moore comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Josh Hart in for Ball. The Pelicans trail. Here's Redick. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Moore outside. And there's the pass to Redick. Shoots over Korver, and the Pelicans miss again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Hayes. Milwaukee with the rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Well, Greg, this is the 15th season for the veteran Marvin Williams, former #2 overall pick back in 2005.
And even though he has never been an all-star, Williams has always been a contributor to teams. Still can give you good rebounding and scoring in a variety of roles.
First one falls for him.
What you like about Williams is how he's changed his game over time. Now he's a fantastic stretch 4 in this league.
And both free throws good for Williams.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
Well, you just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right.
Food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture.
5 on the clock. Redick inside the line. The rebound by the Bucks. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lets it fly. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You look at the Bucks earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far. And they're definitely the team to beat.
And I think for Milwaukee, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
No good from Moore. Milwaukee leading by 4. Outside Korver to the middle, hangs in the air, and there it is for him. Lopez has got his 2nd bucket.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game. And not just a long-range gunner, but Etuan Moore also blessed Greg with one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane, that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
Now here's Okafor. Over Lopez. Okafor gets the bucket. And the Bucks with possession here. 3-point lead. Redick against Hill. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Yeah, we don't talk about George Hill being a slick ball handler, but on that play shows you maybe some of the things he's worked on in the offseason.
Passes to Okafor. To the wing right side. Here's Hart. Buries it down low. 19 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Hill looking it over. Launches a 3. That one misses. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bucks lead by 3. From New Orleans, back in a moment. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something unique. It's something to take pride in, that you have all your teammates back on the defensive end, you know, and when it gets down to it, you're kind of that last line of defense. And obviously, defense is a team-oriented ideal, but there's something fun about that. I think there's something competitive about that.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense, on every possession.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
Zion at the 4 with Okafor at the 5. J.J. Redick is out there with Hart, and it's Moore in at the 3. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. We all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an all-star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win." Kevin?
First-time all-star and well-deserved. David, thank you. Here's Lopez, and Okafor with the block. Now here's Redick. Here's Moore. Lays it up and banks it in.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Redick against Hill. Floats one up. Lock at 6. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Drew Holiday's checked in for J.J. Redick. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's checked in for Williams. Matthews comes in for Kyle Korver. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for George Hill. Just 5 to shoot. Bledsoe against Holiday. Shot's good by Bledsoe.
So important for this offense that when you get opportunities like that, a player can knock them down. This time it's Bledsoe.
Holiday surveying the floor. Pass to Okafor. Over Lopez. Okafor kicks to Williamson. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential, very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly.
No good from Bledsoe. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Pelicans. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul. Giannis outside. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Stolen by Bledsoe. Jumps up, and Giannis throws it down.
Got to be wary. Eric Bledsoe's around the rim, and he's coming at you.
Here's Williamson, and it's sent back by Lopez. And Bledsoe has it in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bucks.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Hart kicks to Holiday. To the left side wing. Here's Okafor. That shot off. Good D by Lopez. Milwaukee leading by 6. Floats it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, that's a nice toss up there, so you got to like the timing. But, of course, that's Giannis. He's going to grab anything.
Feeds it to Williamson. No good again that time.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Pass to Middleton. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Ingram with the steal. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender, who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Ball's checked in. Pelicans trail by 11. Ingram outside. Now the pass to Williamson. Tries it from 9. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And Williamson, such a unique prospect from a physical standpoint, can get anything he wants in that paint.
And it's the Bucks ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And here is Antetokounmpo. He had 34 points in the win against Phoenix.
Felt like he also was prepared for whatever the opposition was coming at him with. He was either contesting shots or swatting them away. Just a dominant defensive performance all the way around.
Now here's Ingram following the miss by Brook Lopez. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Matthews. For 3, Middleton. Offensive rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Giannis has got 6 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Bledsoe against Ball. Ingram left side. Outside Holiday. No good that time. Good D by Matthews. Middleton the pass to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Williamson. Giannis no good.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Ingram attacking.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Bledsoe outside. Here's Giannis. No good that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Clock at 4. And it's Ingram missing. On offense, here are the Bucks. They're on a 14-6 run. Antetokounmpo kicks to Matthews. The dish to Lopez. Floats it up for Giannis. And stolen by Williamson. Ingram with it. Matthews covering. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The knowledge that Ingram possesses, well aware that the D is going to hack him in these situations. The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from three. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor, and Hayes subbed in for Williamson.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Bledsoe passes to Antetokounmpo. Matthews against Holiday. Middleton for three. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Matthews against Holiday. Matthews with it, and that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Favors. 8 points his last outing. Ball with a wide open look, and he's good on the 3-ball. Ball's got 5 points so far.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
The feed to Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Now Ball. 5 points in the game. Ingram, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Bledsoe outside. And he banks in the layup. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bucks.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taken the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Outside Holiday. The tray. Giannis grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is the most they've led by 13 points. J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Hill's checked in. Now here's Antetokounmpo. No good from Bledsoe.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
It's Ingram atop the key. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. For New Orleans, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Now the shot clock resets to 14 seconds on an offensive rebound. Brent, do you like that change?
I think digging into the numbers a little bit, Kevin, it only affects about 3% of total possessions.
Is that all?
Yeah, throughout the course of the year. Not in any given game. So it's very, very...
No kidding.
Very, very minimal what happens. But what I like is that, you know, players have to reset quickly with 14 on the clock. And I think coaches are starting to think about how it is they might have quick sets as opposed to getting the ball to the top of the key and trying to run through a traditional set. Maybe you have quick sets after the reset to get yourself a better shot.
More strategy. Well, we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Favors.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. That's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
That one misses.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Took him no time at all on that one. Korver's got 6.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pelicans trail by 15. 1:44 left in the first half of basketball. Passes it to Ingram. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Williams.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Korver, no luck. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Moore kicks to Ingram. And off the glass. That one's good. He's got 11.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Hill dishes to Ilyasova. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Hayes. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Ilyasova. That's now 22 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here's Moore. That one goes. Count it.
Moore not being denied that time.
.43 seconds left in the first half. Hill passes to Ilyasova. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Ingram outside. 17 seconds left in the second quarter. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo, and it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul. 12 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Inside, here's Lopez with 4 seconds on the clock. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
Gets it off. Oh, to beat the clock. God, what a play!
That is fun to watch. Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He ended up with 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek Freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody. With Kevin Harlan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
Bucks leading by 14. And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. Antetokounmpo, no good. The kick out to Matthews. From the arc. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Stolen by Bledsoe. And stolen by Favors. Ball. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 16th rebound on the night. The Bucks have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And he makes that one. Antetokounmpo's got 26 points.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Williamson, the pass to Ingram. And they pick up 2.
And really an underrated playmaker. Williamson with good court vision and solid decision making.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Bledsoe outside. Stolen by Ball. Stolen by Bledsoe. From deep, Giannis. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got 3 assists in the game.
That's another area where Antetokounmpo is looking better and better. The catch-and-shoot jump shot.
And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the dunk by Giannis.
And it just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
And oh, here we go with Bledsoe. Nobody back.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Great decision by Holiday to sprint towards the hoop for the high percentage shot inside.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
You know, when you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
Okafor is checked in for Derek Favors. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
The list of contenders for the three-point contest is really interesting this year. Every one of these guys is capable of going lights out in a setting like that.
Yeah, the field is almost set, and I wouldn't want to have to make a prediction. These are all fantastic shooters. It's just a matter of who gets hot on that day.
Well, you look at Williamson. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities on All-Star Weekend. But, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
The voting is just about over, so we'll keep updating you on how it's going. Some very deserving names at the top of this year's list.
Yeah, no problems with the voting thus far. I think the fans and media have done their homework and picked the best shooters in the league.
Here is Bledsoe. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Shot clock at 5. And the Bucks miss again. Pelicans trailed by 19. Ingram with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Brook Lopez. And that one falls for Ingram. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can. That's an important factor.
Yes. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Middleton. 37 points for Giannis.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And for all the drama surrounding Lonzo Ball's entrance into the NBA, one thing is for certain, he can play.
And Lonzo will always have the media attention, but the fact is he is a very talented player. His playmaking and passing was as elite as advertised from day one, starting to find his spots on how he can score for himself. But everything else with his game is what you'd want from an elite point guard.
That one is off. So he comes up empty, missing both.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Good work there as it goes.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Ingram outside. The pass to Williamson. Crafty move, and he elevates with a slam dunk, and Brook Lopez did not like that.
Well, what a dunk artist this guy is. Whenever Williamson takes flight, you're just expecting to see something special.
There's the lob into Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Now here is Holiday. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Williamson dishes to Ingram. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. A quick look now at some big men that have been rock solid over the past 10 games. The top shooting centers and power forwards in the NBA. 5th is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And most of the guys on that list have that unique combination of power and finesse. I mean, a very physical presence with an equally soft touch.
Well, you can pretty much count it when they get the ball down low like that. You got to give them credit for working hard to get themselves open. Their percentages certainly wouldn't be as high as they are if they couldn't knock down those open 15-footers.
He's off on the first. J.J. Redick's checked in for New Orleans. And he sinks the second. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Okafor with the block. Now here's Williamson. Antetokounmpo defending.
You just watch Zion Williamson, and everybody's so curious about where it is that he fits positionally. We do know this. In terms of his power and athleticism, he's already elite. And in this league, he's going to find ways to make contributions. And where he likes to hang his hat is the way he plays defensively. And for a young player to gravitate towards that, that's something special.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brent with Zion, he's a great fit for a team that will want to get up and down like the Pelicans.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt that he has already infused this city and this franchise with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm to watch his growth. But the mindset of Zion Williamson is about what he can do for the team. And that's what I'm most interested in. What kind of plays can he make? And him playing defense and using that ability down there to ignite the offense, that's where he can make some immediate impact.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Passes it to Hill. There's the triple. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Hill against Moore. Pass to Redick. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's got 9. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Hayes is checked in, and here's Bledsoe after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. And Hill has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
No good from Moore. Milwaukee leading by 19 points. The kick out to Williams. No good with the triple.
Okay, and he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Here's Hayes. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
Now here's Bledsoe. 10 points for him. No good.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And it's sent back by Lopez. Redick against Hill. Here's Hart. No good off the back of the rim. Milwaukee making a switch here. Korver's checked in. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 43% from the field. Outside Williams. Over Okafor. Lopez. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Okafor. And it's Moore penetrating, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Hill.
Moore, as an efficient scorer out here, plays well within himself on the offensive end.
The 55th pick back in 2011. By any measure, E'Twaun Moore has exceeded expectations.
Most of that has come, Kevin, because he's become a much more consistent player from the perimeter. Everybody looking for those wing players that can both provide offensive spark and shooting, along with guarding at least one position, if not two. And E'Twaun Moore is a switchable defensive player and has found a home here with the Pelicans.
And he makes the first. And so Moore nails both of them. Here's Hill. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. They need this one. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. Bucks leading by 15. Here's Hill. He feeds it to Lopez. And the shot goes in. Lopez has got 8.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
Redick with the 3. And that one is off. The Bucks shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. Got a piece of it. Korver kicks to Hill. With the teardrop. Williams passes to Lopez. On the wing, Williams fires from deep, drills the three-pointer. He has 5.
Earlier in his career, Williams didn't have that shot. Now it's one of his biggest weapons.
Redick bounce pass. Here's Hart, guarded by Korver. Pass to Moore. Back to Hart. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hart's got 4 points this quarter.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
Now here's Korver. 6 points for him. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. Look at New Orleans. They're down in 10th place here in the middle part of the season. They'll need to make a move soon.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. Giannis, he's checked in for the Bucks. He hits both from the stripe. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a 16-point game.
Well, an aggressive Antetokounmpo is a good thing for this team. Taking it in with force to the rack and getting the foul.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. And that one misses. New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from a summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
There's the pass to Redick. Shoots over Korver. Redick with the bucket. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now here is Hill. Here's Ilyasova, and the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Favors has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Redick finds Favors, and Derek Favors with the slam.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
And Milwaukee has possession. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Outside Korver. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Nobody near Williams. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Williams has got 7. Pelicans trail by 15. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Holiday against Hill. Outside, Redick. And Holiday, here we go. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, a dedicated sprint to the hoop from Holiday there. He earns the trip to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Yeah, it's good to see him with this free throw percentage up over 80.
And the first one at the line is good.
I don't know if Drew Holiday's an underrated player, but he certainly is underappreciated with the way he can go at you as a two-way guy. He can score, and he can also guard positions 1 through 4.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Matthews scanning the floor from past the arc. No good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll return shortly. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
You just got to do a better job of executing, okay? And then we got to get back, guys. I mean, we got to be sprinting back.
Well, Greg, he doesn't sound pleased with his team's transition defense.
And you can't fault him. I mean, Coach Gentry really fighting to get his team more engaged.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. He's out there with Favors, and it's Redick in at the point.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Holiday, the pass to Redick. Hill with some nice D.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game. This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball, following the bucket by the Bucks. Lopez with the steal. Right side out of Antetokounmpo. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
That's a pretty sweet touch there shown by Antetokounmpo. The D cannot relax when he's got the ball, especially in that spot.
Holiday with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Matthews against Holiday. And here's Hill for three. Nailed from three-point land.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And here's Holiday. George Hill getting it to go from deep. Here's Favors. The 9-footers on the mark. Bucks leading by 21. Hill left side. Antetokounmpo trying to free himself up. Pass to Matthews. Hill left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, receding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Now here's Ball. And the rejection by Giannis. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball. Eric Bledsoe's check. And the out of bounds violation is going to be reviewed. Coach has issued the coach's challenge to get it analyzed further.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline, this is something you can get a much better perspective of on replay than real game speed.
We've got the benefit of new camera angles, Greg. Much easier to see exactly what's going on, especially with the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator, and the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
And, you know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Ball, the pass to Ingram. Favors trying to break free, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. He misses the free throw. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if the player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture. Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Now here's Lopez. and he uses the glass on the layup. Lopez has got his first basket of the night.
Hard to deal with Brook Lopez and that kind of size, especially when he's forcing the issue like this here and going strong.
Matthews against Ball. Pass to Ingram. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Outside Holiday, and the Pelicans get it back. And the dunk by Williamson.
What amazes me about watching Williamson, his lift into the air, it's so effortless.
Milwaukee leading by 16. And here's Bledsoe. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Favors. Here's Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
Just a freight train going downhill. No one willing to step in front of the massive Williamson.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Matthews. Tipped away. Fades away. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Favors can't get it to go. For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Middleton. Pelicans with the rebound. And it's the Pelicans' ball. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Holiday gets the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Matthews with it. Kicks it to Ilyasova. Bledsoe against Ball. Now here's Bledsoe. D right on him. Just 3 to shoot. And here's Matthews for the 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Bucks making a change here. Williams is checked in. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. Down by 12. Now Ball. Here's Williamson. Over Williams. That's good from Williamson on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got assist number 5 here tonight. Bucks leading by 10. Timeout called the Bucks.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thank you, David. Now here's Matthews, and Derek Favors picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
Yeah, so much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him, and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
And it's Ingram missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
New Orleans with the ball. They're on a 15-4 run right now. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Bucks leading by 11. Middleton outside. Goes up at the stripe. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got his 16th rebound on the night. Bledsoe against Ball. He kicks it to Ingram. Here's Williamson. And the Pelicans miss again. Favors. And the lead is down inside single digits.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That will be foul number 5 on him. Middleton with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Milwaukee with the ball. Williams kicks to Bledsoe. Shot clock at 6. Lopez passes to Middleton. Great D that time from Favors. And here are the Pelicans. They're on an 18-4 run right now. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And the speed of Ingram is not easy to keep pace with, just blowing past whoever dares to try and stop him.
Bucks leading by 7. Bledsoe outside. Looking to get back on track here. Pelicans pull it in. Outside Holiday. A fresh 14 for New Orleans. And it's Ingram missing. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here is Holiday. For the 3. Pulls in another board. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass. Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And he knocks down the first one. DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Williams. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Milwaukee now, leading by 5. Bledsoe outside. Trying to get something going. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Down low. The shot by Holiday, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And the shot goes in. And the Bucks lead by 7. New Orleans has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. For 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Lopez. Outside Wilson. Shoots the 3. Cans it from downtown.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Bledsoe against Ball. Outside Favors. To the middle. Here's Williamson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And stolen by Williamson. Outside Holiday. Good D by Matthews.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now here's Bledsoe. Just 5 to shoot. Lopez finds Matthews. That one doesn't go. Excellent D there from Holiday.
And not sure they've got enough time.
Oh, jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right?
Look at this young man come through in the clutch. Zion appearing more than ready to deliver.
And here's Middleton. 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 2 points. That one goes.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And Ingram is always ready to score in clutch situations. A guy you can depend on to give you his best.
And so they foul intentionally. George Hill's checked in for the Bucks. There's 25 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Okafor is checked in for Williamson.
Shooting 2.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Well, whether George Hill has started, which he's done a lot in his career, or come off the bench, he's a guy that you like in your rotation as a steadying force.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Ingram outside. And the pass to Favors. Back to Holiday. To the paint. Favors can't get it to go. And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Middleton improving his game, improving his confidence, coming back after injury, and working to become better.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 3 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
Here's Hart. And so the Bucks take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Eric Bledsoe. Eric, a strong performance tonight. What's been the difference?
We're getting out of transition, you know, trying to get defensive stops, and everybody's just playing their game.
And it showed tonight, Eric. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long, everyone.